Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm back. Welcome, welcome, welcome to I Espy with my Shamanic Eye, Gabrielle here. So I was getting a bunch of like political chatter, and I didn't want to overly direct the reading down that road, And so let's just, as we do, let us see what the Holy Spirit has in store. Love, joy, celebration, OMG, grounded in the truth, and always, always, always protect me, Holy Spirit, as I channel these messages, myself and the collective as well. Now, I'm hearing a theme song from the Monkees. Hey, hey, we're the Monkees. All right. Let's see, Holy Spirit. Be bold, make the first move is what I just saw. What do you need to release? Tomorrow is the new moon in Virgo. And welcome to Virgo season, by the way. Look, your hard work is paying off, right? It's harvest energy. Have faith in your dreams. But there is something you need to let go of. Maybe it's the control. This is macro. Okay, think macro. But all of this with the political stuff, it could just be a means to the end, to an end. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing teamwork. I'm seeing karma. Right out the gate. What does the collective need to release? Whoa. Made man, self-made leader, businessman. Well, yeah. Somebody may need to be uprooted, unseated, masculine energy in a position of power. Which one? We don't know. But, we can try to find out real quick, because why not? Holy Spirit, could you please point to which nation or nations that you're referring to about this made man that needs to be released? Excuse me. You point to the nation. Interesting. With a gentleman from El Salvador, please stand up. All right. What is his name? What's his name? Nayib Bukele. Huh. Let's see why. That, I don't know. See? So are you clearly, why, Holy Spirit? This man is fidgety, a liar, and the level of lie will escalate, and they should be used with caution. Now, again, all this is for entertainment. It's alleged. Okay. Wow. There's holes in the plan, in the road, some voids that need to be filled. And because of that, I feel like corruption, with the comfort pet coming right up under the Pinocchio card. Now, there's been some interesting things. Yeah. I feel like, one, his laughter is a nervous reflex also. I'm getting that. Something that he has said that I feel like people may have brushed off as a joke should be red flags going on. That cult energy is interesting because we're talking about a politician, a literal president of an independent nation. And Spirit is saying this person is a liar and they're antsy. There could be a coup coming that way. Because I know there's been some interesting activity on our southern border here in these United States. And a full-fledged assault on drug lords, call them that, cartels and that sort of thing. And a question was asked about the rest of Latin America. And, you know, when the man says, we'll see, we'll see. There's also something about that prison he's running and its openness to the world and holding people. Something that went very wrong in the exchange, by the way, when we got the man who was wrongfully deported. I forget his name at this moment, but something was supposed to be more fair, but there's an imbalance here, and somebody wants to be made whole. They were supposed to benefit more than what they have been from this partnership and alliance. But this has gone on behind the scenes, and this was negotiated quietly, privately, and this is all about money, by the way. 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups. That's Scorpionic and Virgo energy. That is money. Right, see? Hierophant, Fool. So it would be presented as a new idea, but this was discussed. Da 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 da. Absolutely. There's supposed to be some sort of sharing in assets. Whatever that means. See? Ace of Pentacles. 4 of Swords. Somebody's been reflecting about their partnership, about their alliance, and about what the future holds. And there's the 3 of Swords. Like I said, I feel a coup coming. I absolutely feel a coup coming. And I'm going to tell you, look, this, I just saw, yes, and they know it. Sun, Knight of Swords. They can feel it. They know it. But here's the thing. I did see some wonky shit. Something ain't quite cleaning the buttermilk. And they know it. And so, you know, this is a spiritual thing, guys. And so let's just say this man here that we're discussing attempted to do something spiritually that would be advantageous for things to work out more so in their favor. That information is known, okay? It's known all the way at the top. Oof. You're not the only one who dibbling and dabbling. You understand? Like, that's what I'm getting here. People don't get to these places by chance. There's some luck, but it ain't really that sort of chance. Interesting. Knight of Swords. What else, Holy Spirit? Tell me about. There will be some sort of transition in power. Some sort of change, leaving behind, releasing, bagging. Yeah, they may elect a new person down there that fits the needs more efficiently. Maybe the people of El Salvador don't like the buddy buddy relationship, the stand up comic, Gemini, fool energy, not fool, magician energy. Yeah, they don't necessarily like it. I feel like they might have already been cautioned in their own homelands. Yeah. Yeah, there's fear here about what the future holds, and concern. I feel like this is from the people because of lessons from the past with this moon Piscean energy here in this deck about lessons learned from the past. I don't think the idea, right? See, Chariot, progress, moving forward. They don't want anyone, what I'm getting, the people of that country, getting too comfortable in any position. Look, 7-7. They've been given a heads up about this already. This is no surprise. Interesting. 2 of Cups. Yeah, there's going to be some sort of transition of power with the person and in leadership in El Salvador. What I'm getting, because that's what they showed me on the map, and that's where I'm going off of this from. Right. They feel like this person has gotten them as far as they can go. It's time. It's so funny because it's Cancerian energy. Fourth house, practical. Yeah, I don't know how long, but it's time to rotate. Yeah. It's like the exercising of prudence to keep someone from, yeah, see, some. Yeah. They don't want it to be a burden. They don't want it to get too hard. They don't want anyone to get too entangled. New energy. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. They could be bringing in a female. Yeah. They themselves could be the sign of Cancerian. But they don't want this energy, any conflict or anything like that coming towards them, especially when it comes to that prison complex they have down there. Yeah. Ooh. I actually think I got chills. Very rationally, very peacefully. Yeah, they want to keep it that way too. 2 of Cups. Yeah, there's the Ace of Swords. They like the simpatico. Oh, I got chills. Relationship, and look, and that's how they want to keep it going forward. All right, I'm gonna pick that up. I don't want to beat a dead horse. They don't want, you show any chinks in the armor, right? Like your character. They gotta move you on. Okay. Where did I just put those? Did I put them back in the box? I might have. I think I did. Save space. Okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Like I said, I was getting some political stuff. I'm not committing to that, but this is what this entire reading will be about. Just being obedient. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Ooh, you're very close to achieving your goal, Gibbous moon. And then this is where we are in real time, new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take, and then surrender to the divine. Ooh, that's deep, y'all. Look, and just a win-win outcome is forecast. So that's hopeful. This has been a while in the making. I just because the gibbous moon is so close to being full, it's like 1 degree off, and so it's like really new moon, gibbous, new moon, full moon. It's like, oh, all right, Holy Spirit. Somebody nervous too because your hard work is paying off and you're very close to achieve. You making the devil nervous? Look at that. So the energy's being intensified. And you're being told to give it all over to the divine, right? You ain't got to take this. Surrender that shit to the divine. Right. Laugh it off. Because again, the stand-up gives me magician energy. And then we have comfort pet. Laugh it off. You know you're going to be comforted by the Most High. You know you a favorite with the pet. Right. Look. It's so funny because I'm looking at Comfort Pet and I picked up the energy of Cerberus, the 3-headed dog from hell, a while ago. And so, you know, like I said, they sending everything they got at you. Look, but we already know God wins. That's why I said it's a win-win outcome in the forecast. Larper and then the meat being dangled, right? Okay. You seasoned, number one. Let's remember that. You aged to perfection. You seasoned with it. Okay? Your spiritual game is tight. It's tight. It is a game, right? But you also know who wins. You know who's in control. And so that's why you're always being reminded, at least here specifically, to laugh it off. You've always been comforted in your hours of need, your time of need. Don't worry about that. You know better. You're so close, right? And it's so funny because it's like to one. Anyway, let me know. The energy is like it wants to pull you, right? Like your hard work's paying off, right? And then you're very close to achieving your goals, right? But you already know that. And it's like they want to distract you to make it seem like it's further off than what it is. And with this viral looking card here, it makes me feel like, they want you to question, you know, you and your connections to God, to the divine. Look, conflict, see what I mean? They want to challenge you mentally and catfish, right? So I'm saying they keep trying to get you to disconnect from the divine, and that's not happening. Remain calm. You know it's all an illusion. I just saw the virtual reality energy. Yeah, look, you're protected. Look at this. Archangel Michael. Bam. Divine intervention, protection, teamwork. High priestess. And look at you. Diamond in the rough. Look at you. That's why you're making the devil nervous, because you really are rare. You really are one of a kind. You really are, being polished into something great. Look, you are truly connected in the tree of life. Infinite possibilities, connecting to the divine within you and all around you. Breaking free. Look, free from bondage, mind, body, and soul. They like come back to this little body. No, look, lost girl, you ain't lost. You healed. You're a healer. Look at this. Ancestral protection. Look at you. all whole and getting to know yourself. Life has been absolutely amazing and abundant and overflowing since you began your spiritual awakening. The more you are in this energy of I am in celestial alignment, star seed activation, you cutting through any and all BS. You can't be betrayed by your own thoughts. See the sword? The scissors? You can't be disconnected. They can't clip your wings. It's only you. You know, divine love. Again, going back to that Virgo card, the new moon in Virgo, it is better to give rather than take right now. So give it over to God. They keep trying to penetrate your armor, baby, but you got a lot of protection. Immediately, all the protection came out. Look, the last card was surrender to the divine. I feel like that's the point. Even for this bull. Give it up. You can't win. I know my people. Da 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 da. Go ahead. Job's season is fucked up. At the same time, divine timing, higher consciousness. This is why you got to tap into that Akashic record energy because look, generational wealth, sword of truth, chosen 144, and loyal. See, your throne awaits you. I told you it was an illusion. Look, matrix, but you got the tools with the crystal there to help you. Look, made woman. Look, oh. They don't want you speaking prosperity over your life. They don't want you claiming your blessings. They don't want you calling it as it is. It's like that beautiful scene in Labyrinth where the girl looks at him and goes, "You have no power over me." Exactly. You don't have any power over me. Man. They're off to see the wizard. Yeah. Look. Right. Embrace, connect, uplift. I feel like that's what you do. Give it to God. Give it to God. You got the devil nervous. I love it. Look, because you that one. You that one. All right, Neo. Niet. Look. Look. Yo. Also, any energy you yourself might be feeling, right? I just want you to know. It's all part of the polishing. You know, you ever see those tumblers? You know, when people take river rocks and stuff or unpolished stones and they put them in the tumbler and it's got to go through the grit and they be in that fucking rock tumbler for weeks, sometimes months, and it just keeps in it. Oh man, it might translate the anxiety, but I feel like it's energy, and that energy is reverberating through you as you in the hands of a master jeweler, a lapidary, baby, a lapidary. Look, marriage proposal, next level union. That's that level up. See, miracles, miracles, miracles. Devil feel betrayed. They really thought they was gonna get through your self-love. They gonna have you in your head, you worried and feared and trouble concentrating. No, that's that energy. Like, nah, rebuke that shit. Exactly. Ancestral protection. Rebuke it. Rebuke it. See? Look at that. I told you this is real. If you sit on the throne of God, right? Think about the type of rocks, metaphorically, you're going to be gleaming with. Y'all remember the description of what heaven, sapphires and emeralds and all? Whoo! Diamond. You are made of the hardest shit on the planet. Only a diamond can cut a diamond. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look, self-love. Look at that. See that reflection? Yeah. Look, I'm not kidding. Soul family. And then look, a father's love. I told you, pet, God's favorite. Son or daughter, don't matter to me. Just know who you are. Look at that. Look. Look at that. You really think you about to be just anybody? No. He know his seed. He know what you was created with. Look, you was made for this healing journey. Look at that. Recalling your power. The come up. Look. Look. Oh, you really are built for this. Not to be funny, but as much as a devil can be in love, a devil's in love. It's the matrix. It's just strength. It's your nature though. You something new. You remember how that part in the Matrix where the Smith was letting them know that, man, you ain't nothing but a program, it's a reboot, blah blah blah. Every so often you're a glitch. All right, well, you the best glitch that ever glitched. Whatever, but it's something like that. And how obsessed Smith became, another program, an op though, who went off course because they were just so like you. It's that karma. High priestess. We are receiving downloads straight from the source. Yes, yes, yes. Look, now they like to dance with you. Look at that shit. Look, I told you they went off course. I'm talking to a maid woman. That's hysterical. It is a miracle that you got through the betrayals that you got through. And I mean that. An absolute miracle. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. That's somebody's accent. You'll recognize it if it's yours. Don't matter to me. But look, I told you he was in love. In love with your strength. In love with your connection to source. You know that thing that they can't have no more? That connection to source? And it's so funny because it's like every time they think they got you, right? Nah. You just wrap it up. Yeah. Listen, I don't know how else to say it. I keep seeing lovers and soulmate. This person could be a Capricorn. It don't have to be. This person could be going through a spiritual awakening. Yeah. Got Archangel Michael showing up for this lost boy. That's who this could be. This Capricorn who played with your loyalty. All right. That's slightly different energy. This person, I mean, they could just be chock full of demons. They could have some sort of like personality disorder. There we go. Because this three-headed energy with the landlord and anxiety. Yeah. Not to mention this Gemini, like. Yeah. You were sent, or this person was sent towards you to help them heal. All right. It's like different energy coming in. Lord. Yeah, he definitely has some sort of anxiety issue, something like that. Yeah. This person felt some form of temptation, but I really do feel like something is off. Like there's a spiritual attachment that is causing a thank you, a psychiatric or a psychological disorder for whomever this is. Okay. But I'm seeing miracles for that situation as well. There's a lot going on in the background, but they are dealing with their anxiety disorder. I feel like somebody really got impulse issues. But anyway, moving on. Look, your Job season is wrapping up. Okay, going back to the first round of energy. Yeah, your Job season is wrapping up right on time. Right on time. You see the book, right? Oh, I was getting that song earlier. Who wrote the book of love? The Divine. Right. Yeah. This is what's been going on. I feel like you've been like defragging the matrix. I'm not even joking. Feeling stuck, repeated cycles, looking for the signs. I feel like that's exactly what's been going on. You're like, I see the signs, I see the numbers. Um, um, right. You're very close to achieving your goals. Like pump. That shit was funny. Like, I don't know who does it, like the pelvis pump, but yeah, yeah. Wow. This is awesome because look, here we go again. Loyalty, chosen, sword of truth, generational wealth. Right on time. Wow. They funny. Cherish the day. Right. You didn't go astray. That's what I'm getting. It's awesome. It really is. Because I see a lot. I see a lot. I feel like you broke the generational curse on your family. Many, right? And I'm getting one specifically about loyalty and relationships. Having people around you who are trustworthy, true friendship, has your best interest at heart, caring connections, like authentic. And I feel like you went through a period of not just introspection, but also like genuine solitude because you could be all of those things to yourself. But I feel like that connection was needed and needed to be nurtured. But primarily the connection to the divine. Like a while back, I was trying to express how deep my connection with God is because it's like, no, me and my best friend, like we go everywhere together. Lots of inside jokes, cracking. Oh, that's me and my best friend. But that's God. That's me and God, the divine, all day, every day. That's my best friend. Can go anywhere. Can do anything. Got my ride or die with me all day, every day. And I feel like that was very, 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 very important, especially with the reference of a Job season, right? Because everything was stripped away. And it was only done because he was provoking or trying to provoke God about, the love and adoration that he had for Job because of how much love and adoration he showed for the divine. The devil's like, well, I bet if you take all that shit away, they gonna break. They only, so loyal and devoted and da 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 because they so comfortable, they so kept and da 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 da. I bet you if they go through hard times, a little anxiety, da 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 da, I can get in their head. Let's play a game. Let's play a game with the LARPer here. Let's play a game. Jokes on them. Because your soul assignment was so much bigger than all of that. So that probe, that poke, that pride that came from this low vibrational entity that thought they still know better than the divine. They never do. Chosen. Sword of truth. Right. So, anything that was taken will more than be replenished. Absolutely replenish. Wow, replenish. You would think they would learn this by now. And it's still a lost boy. Anyway. Look, when they gonna learn? Like, seriously. Wisdom, karma. And I mean this about this devilish energy. Anyway, when they gonna see? Anyway, it's cool. It's really cool. Okay. What else do we need to know? Okay. Okay. Got the 4 of Cups. I'm getting that for someone I really want you to know from the bottom of my being, you have not missed an opportunity to have a family. It's going to be so fucking traditional. Your mind's going to be blown, is what I'm getting. Huh. That's so funny. Yeah, you might be an old mama, but you still gonna be a mama. That's so funny. Look. Oh, that shit funny. Oh, I see it. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean tradition. Real traditional. The father will be working. Yup. Ooh, the devil mad. I see it. I see it. Go be mad. I rebuke you, Jesus. Ah, oh, this shit funny. Just knew they made you miss opportunities, stalled you out. Nah. If you a generational curse breaker, right? That means you gotta do things very different. Very different. You can't do nothing that anybody else in your family has done. Yeah. Look, because you higher level of consciousness, divine timing, and then look, ancestral protection. See, you had to go through your spiritual awakening before you could even entertain anything like what we just talked about. Okay, you hold the key to your destiny. It was always about you, right? It happened when it happened. New beginnings, fresh start. Your slate is cleared. You about to have like the Benjamin Button thing. That's why I'm like, you might on paper be something, but we ain't doing nothing that. Look, we about to take a page out of Prince's book. We don't even acknowledge birthdays no more because I don't even fuck with time like that. That shit is not relevant to me. In the spiritual world, we know better. Time is a fucking illusion. I could tap into the past, present, future. It don't fucking matter. So if time is so real, then why is that possible? See, problem solved. So I'm whatever. I tell people I've always looked like this. And it's real. Like I've always looked like this. It's like what? I can't help it. Thank you. It's cool. I think we should all take that approach. But I'm definitely getting that. Wow. Yeah. I knew it was one in here. I'm like, no, something's missing. Look, see? Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah. Right. You had to release all of the vanity projects, so to speak. You know what I mean? Hangman, Seven of Wands, right? A lot of people do things because they see something being done, right? We repeat patterns because that's what's shown. You had to shift your perspective. Look, challenging beyond what is there. See? Beyond the curtain. People don't want you to believe that you have other options, that you have other choices. But you do. You didn't fall for the same trap. That King of Wands, six. This is a card I was seeing in my mind's eye, the Six of Wands. But that's what I mean, the vanity projects. I feel I'm talking to women primarily. Instead of looking with the soul, peering within. You chose to do the work to free yourself and your family from these entity attachments, from people dibbling and dabbling in the dark arts. Karma must be paid, hence why you're the generational curse breaker. This has been what worth waiting for, Three of Wands, for you to go through this healing, through the stages of grief, healing any fatherly, patriarchal energies. Again, your ancestors knew who they chose. They were very clear that you were the one. Nine of Pentacles, Sun. So any energy that you're feeling right now outside of the ascension symptoms we spoke about, you need to reject that. Because that's just somebody attempting to distort. You've already more than overcome. Look, this is why I'm like, no, you gonna get everything. You are whole within yourself. And so now you are very much ready to move forward to this brand new level, this brand new beginning, in this beautiful union, in this energy of the Three of Cups, knowing how to work with people, collaborate, enjoy things like uplifting community and family. Like, a lot of healing took place to get there, and it was your own determination, Five of Swords energy, to get you here. You challenged and broke the cycle. Two of Pentacles. No more going round and round and round. I feel like when you were very young, you started to recognize the wounding. Page of Cups, Three of Swords. There's the Wheel of Fortune, and there is the Chariot. You knew you were going to blaze your own path. It's what you were destined to do, was to heal this wound in your family and reestablish your lineage back to the divine. Not even knowing that they had been cut off. You think I'm not kidding. So I really am talking to like God's favorite daughters, because the womb had to be healed generationally. You carry your eggs, and your eggs carry their eggs. Biology. You have to heal. You have to shift the mitochondrial DNA to give them that blueprint, to give them that upgrade. So again, regardless of your age, it had to happen this way. Otherwise, you would have passed down the same inherited conditions. I'm fucking floored and excited by this. You didn't fall for the, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people look good on the surface. But what's that soul like? Look, 444, I love it. Yes. What's that soul like? Look, believe in the impossible, blue moon. I keep telling you, you fucking rare. Look, you and your loved ones are safe. And look, new moon in Cancer, talking about that maternal shit. Fourth house, mitochondria. Come on now, stay with me. And this is what you didn't do. You didn't let your pride get in the way. Your dreams need a practical plan, okay? Interesting. Take time to breathe out. Work through your fears. Emotions are running high. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Okay. And then look, full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. All right, let me see. Let me just slow down because I'm getting a bunch of different things. I don't want to just be. All right, give me one for don't let your. All right. Direction. Wow. I feel like that's outside. It actually feel like a Leo. Excuse me. The strength is there and needed to overcome the devil, the pride, the ego, you know? It's feel like somebody trying to influence your momentum, your direction, trying to dominate your willpower. Like trying to challenge your high priestess abilities under the cloak of darkness. Huh. Yeah. They're targeting your finances. And they think they being sneaky. They know you got this beautiful blessing coming in, right? Opportunities, abundance, offers, contracts, negotiations. Not to mention this. You finally meeting your kingdom spouse energy. Lovers has been sitting here the whole time. There's a star alignment, and this person's been trying to do some weird destiny swap shit. And I feel like they need to let it go. Hmm. So every chance this person gets, they do some sort of like sneaky shit towards your health and your finances. Take time to breathe out. They just keep going and going and going. There's no real point to this, by the way. I just look to a source. They don't even know why they're really doing it. They don't. This could have been a friend of yours, Three of Cups, who's just fucking jealous. We call judgment on these jealous bitches out there in the world. I do that on behalf of everybody who's just trying to be a good person, never intentionally wronged anybody, amended, you know, did your best type shit. We call in judgment on it, and I'm saying it because it's right there. Look, this person's trying to do some sort of slot. I told you. Because look, this is your season. World, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. Everything. Like, this is your season. And this bitch is out here trying to, like, do the fucking most. She gonna end up in her own trap. Just out here, just... I was getting that. This it's gonna backfire. And she gonna be slow singing a flower bringer. That's what I'm getting. Spirit is on that ass. This is somebody who I feel like has admired your confidence, and I feel like they feel diminished. Like, this is this feels like a nemesis energy, and not because it should be, but because this is a cusp energy. You have Leo, you have Virgo. They shine in their own ways. They really do. But this feels like animosity, and it feels like something trivial. This person is a liar and a thief and a manipulator. And they're fucking reckless with the magic that they're doing. And I mean that shit. Fucking reckless. Alright. It don't matter. It's not gonna work. I hope, yeah, I'm just telling you now. And you married too? Wow. Oh, you could be pregnant. I see the expecting card. There's somebody who try to pull in your energy all the time. You don't even talk to this bitch no more. Ugh. This person's depleted. I really do feel like that. Like, them and their husband. Look, make or break. The choice is yours. Give up or boss up. That we already told you it was gonna happen, right? Loyalty, look, friendship, and high priest is right. This person made their choice, is what I'm getting. They want you to be single or only attract broke motherfuckers to you. I'm not even kidding. Because you got this beautiful divine union. I just saw the lovers again and marriage proposal and all these beautiful things. And I guess whoever the hell they with is crazy. This person is so lost. It's not even funny. They didn't plant good seeds, so they're getting karma. And they feel like for whatever reason you're a part of their misfortunes. They blame you. They say it all started when you maybe walked away from somebody. Maybe this person wasn't a loyal friend. Look, regret. Somebody wanted you to regret choosing yourself in some capacity, leveling up. So they wanted you to experience heartbreak. Because you embarked on your healing journey. This person could be a Gemini, this former friend. Wow. Could be a Leo as well. I'm getting that. Could be multiple people. Somebody made choices based off of passion and lust, opposed to someone who is, trustworthy, caring, loving, their friend first, someone who the divine had in store for them. They didn't choose to bond. They didn't choose to get to know anybody or this person, whoever they're with. They skipped a bunch of phases. I'm just letting you know, Archangel Michael is protecting you because I keep seeing it is like protecting you from this person, and so are your ancestors. But I feel like that goes without being said. Oh, I can pick this up. Their whole plan is to make you be in the Five of Pentacles. Like seriously, see full moon in Taurus, right? Plan. Like see, that was the whole thing. Five of Pentacles, financial loss, lack mindset, loss. Like they just wanted to break you. If they couldn't make it with you, they wanted to break you. Poverty, lack, insecurity. They wanted you worried. Wanted you to feel isolated. Person could be a Taurus, but don't matter. I feel like they did let their pride get in the way. And look, and they regret that shit, but you broke free. And there's nothing they can do to you, no matter how much they plot, plan, or strategize, that's going to make you come towards them. When they were connected to you, they had infinite possibilities. They had a connection to the divine. Not one they cultivated, by the way. Look, they was just using your energy with alchemists, right? Pulling them out their dark ass tunnel, you being their cheerleader in whatever capacity, and now you're not. You're the more this person tries to destroy you, this is what this card reads: the ability to turn whatever was meant to destroy you into something beautiful and fruitful. So it's having the opposite effect. See, look, everything I touch turns to gold. That's you. Look, they betrayed you, had connection to your abundance, right? Whole time they praying on your downfall. See? Isn't that crazy? Look, cutting through the bullshit. Truth teller. See? I feel like that was, you saw that shit, analytical, head over heart decision. You was like, nah, I see what type time you on. I see exactly what type time you on. It's okay. You are the alchemist. You like, for real, it is what it is. It's right here with the magician card. I'm just so curious. We're taking time out to breathe. I really do feel like somebody pregnant. I feel like they could even be hiding this pregnancy, by the way, or lying about this pregnancy. But I definitely feel like they pregnant. I feel like, and it's a source of tension. I don't think this Leo really know who this child belonged to, whether they married or not. I don't give a shit. I'm not. I see too much Leo right here again. Got all this community energy with this Aquarian. They don't know who the child father is. They don't. They really, really don't. There, see, look. Seven of Cups. Could be anybody. Nine of Wands. There's a lot of tension about this. Woo. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Tower. Oh, did I let the cat out the bag? About the child's father? Ah. Oh, okay. You was gonna take that shit to your grave, huh? Four of Swords, Two of Cups. You wasn't gonna tell her. You wasn't gonna tell her. That's an affirmative. The Nine of Cups right there. Yeah, they wasn't gonna tell her. They was just gonna let them have their suspicions. Let them feel wanted and needed and all of that. Oh, you terrible. You's terrible. Maybe that's what this should be right here. You need a practical plan. Your pride about to get you fucked up with this tower. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, somebody been out there doing the most. Nine of wands, 10 of wands. Yeah, you need the rest. That's crazy. You doing all this weird shit, and you got this whole crazy situation. That's wild to me. Yeah, you need the rest. You need to hang it up. The hangman. You need to, Yeah, recharge your energy. Anyway, that shit's funny. Somebody need help. You might want to ask somebody. I mean, of course, not the person you're, antagonizing. Not that person. No. You should tell your husband the truth. I'm a big fan of that. All right, last round. Ooh. Ooh, prosperity lies ahead. Step out of your comfort zone. That could be a contingent. Like, you're going to have to come out your comfort zone. I see you. Damn it. It's... wait. I repotted my plants. And if you know, you know. Fucking fungus gnats. Like, I gotta put the diatomaceous earth. It's still a win-win forecast. But there is something, time to take action. Energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, adjustments are required. Meditate and contemplate. That's huge. Okay. Bring love into the situation. The answers you need are coming. All right, so we've got two fixed energies and mutable. Okay. You might have to lighten up with the energy. You know, be more playful. I could be talking to myself on that. I really could be. But, try something different. That's what I'm getting. Prosperity lies ahead and step out of your comfort zone. Whatever this is, it's in alignment with your North Node and it's in your second house. Okay. So remember that. Okay. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely feeling like career, that combination of Taurus and Scorpio. I feel like that's an axis, if my memory serves me correct. Yeah, they're on opposite ends of the spectrum, but that kind of makes sense here with this Gemini energy, that duality, you know. You might have to be more emotionally expressive with the bring love into the situation. Yeah. But I feel like there's a lot of options before you. But, in terms of career and direction and that sort of thing, it could be as simple as you asking yourself, what do you love to do? See, an occupation is nothing more than something that you love occupying your time doing. Now, quantify that, monetize that. Get it? Okay. If you a homebody, figure out how to make that work for you. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. It's a lot of opportunity, a lot of choices. Yeah, and I mean that. Look, 7 of Cups to the Page of Wands. That's some beautiful energy. Be inspired. Be more. I get freedom. Like, so if you're kind of rigid or whatever it is, you might need to loosen up a little bit. Little bit. Yeah, like, do something that brings you joy. Something from your childhood I feel like you might have forgotten about, but there's something very particular. And, like, You may not even shared it with a lot of people. Like, because Scorpio's adage is we desire. And so, you may not have shared this desire with anyone but the divine, you know? I'm definitely good. It could have been something secret, something that you really kept to yourself that you used to find a lot of joy and passion. And it was so innocent. Like, yeah, look, Nine of Cups. It bring a lot of happiness. Oh, look, 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 look. This is something you're actually destined to be. It could be a healer. It could be planting things, growing things, I see a lot of water here. It could be something to do with the water. Yeah, but this is what you should be doing for work. Whatever you're doing now, you are not happy. You're not happy. It's heartbreaking. Whatever you do every day, you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do it. It pays the bills. I don't want to do it. For some of you, it's like you've spent so much time already dedicated to a profession, starting over in a different direction may seem daunting. But I'm looking at the Empress and the Fool and the Four of Wands. I feel like you're going to find more joy, stability, abundance, prosperity if you just move by faith with this. If you remember what I'm talking about, you know, and structure it just right. Search your soul is what I'm getting. Search your soul. Somebody could have even kind of like did some weird shit because you're gonna get famous from it, and they don't want you to get famous from it. Because the Seven of Wands is they're challenging the Six Wands, which is public recognition. And so somebody could have did some weird shit to suppress, repress, that particular want and or wish. So meditate, right. This is something you would do of your own free will as a profession. I mean that shit. I cannot get any more explicit than that. But I do. I feel like there's a little interference. Like they're going to help you with this. Talk to your angels, talk to your guys. They're going to jolt this out of you. And it's all going to make sense. All the pieces are going to fall into place. You're going to like, oh my God, look, sun, tower, light bulb. Yeah. Light bulb. But again, it's very important for whatever this is, for you to structure it first. Otherwise, you will regret it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, you got an epiphany coming in. Hold on. The answers you need. Oh, Jesus. See, look right there. I totally forgot. The answers you need are coming. Look. Look. Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that like a download. Eight of Wands energy. Like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, after like cutting through. Wow. Wow. But this is, listen, I know it's funny, right? Because I'm mentioning all these things. I'm trying to jolt your memory. But at the same time, don't overly focus on trying to bring this back. Do things that bring you joy. Okay. It might seem a little immature, some of the things you may want to do, but that's the whole point. You're trying to um, bring back a memory. So I don't care if it's a fairground, swings at the park, Disney, I don't care what it is. I need you to follow your gumption. Okay. Listen to your inner child because your inner child actually has this under lock and key. So it's very, very, very important for you. That spirit of adventure, page of wands, just go with it. It's not going to hurt you. And if it's trying to hurt you, that's not what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay. That's something else and you should pray. Okay. Wow, but there's a lot of energy of you getting outside and exploring because you're going to be, I feel like, led right there, whatever it is. it's just gonna be like, aha. Like they're just gonna land in your lap. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay. It's okay. I love it. All right, I'm gonna leave this here. I hope this helped. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, all that fun jazz. You are appreciated. Bye.